I used to work in a supplement store. Not gonna lie, I've said a lot that I wish I could go back and change. So today what we're talking about are the 3 lies that I used to sell you BCAAs. What's up guys, Kyler here, and I'm gonna start talking about a topic that's near and dear to my heart, sports supplements. I used to work in that industry. I used to sell supplements every single day, and since leaving, I have learned so much about that industry and so much about the way that they sell products. I wanna start talking about it. It's information that needs to be known. So a little information about me, I used to work in a supplement store. And so when people wanted to lose weight, build muscle, whatever it might be, just round out their diet, get healthier, they would usually come see me, come to my supplement store, and we would talk about goals, and I would set them up on a stack or a product that would help them. There were multiple people who worked in my store, and a lot of claims were made. I've witnessed a lot happening, and not gonna lie, I've said a lot that I wish I could go back and change. So today what we're talking about are the 3 lies that I used to sell you BCAAs. Okay, lie number 1, and I heard this on my sales floor all the time, and for a period of time, I actually believed this was true. So let's go ahead and unpack it. They are helpful to round out the diet because aminos are hard to come by naturally. That is a bold-faced lie. If you have a rounded diet, there's a really good chance you're hitting an amino profile. Most animal products, animal meats, milk, things like that, you're going to find a pretty massive amino profile, including the 3 that are sold in BCAAs, L-leucine, L-isoleucine, and L-valine. Now, the reason it's those 3 specifically is because, especially L-leucine, they help spark muscle protein synthesis. So, help build muscle, essentially. But you can find quite a large profile in just the foods that you eat. They're not that hard to come by. You can even find small levels of this food, like trace elements of amino acids, in foods that aren't inherently protein, like wheat bread, oats, things like that. The reason being is because amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. Consider a protein a brick house. The bricks are going to be amino acids. You can't ingest protein without ingesting amino acids, and then they go to work. So one that is found very commonly is L-leucine, L-isoleucine, and L-valine. And those are the ones that spark muscle protein synthesis. I'm currently trying to lose fat, maintain muscle, and so I'm watching what I'm eating very carefully. When you go through that process, you need to be tracking very carefully. And when I built out my meals, the 5 meals I eat a day, I didn't even consider amino acids when I did it. After I was done, I just looked at the profile of the whole day, and I saw that I had more aminos in my diet than I could possibly ever get from any supplement, and I wasn't even trying. I eat good amounts of chicken, sweet potatoes, white rice, eggs, things like that. And I was finding L-leucine, L-isoleucine, L-valine, and all of the other amino acids that you need in your diet to maintain an anabolic state and build muscle. It's natural to take those in and necessary to take those in through your diet. And a whole diet, you'll have all the amino acids that you need. You don't need them from a powder, I promise you. So lie number 1, they're hard to find in your diet, and so a BCAA supplement will help round out your diet. False. That is a bold-faced lie. So if you hear that, ignore it, keep going. All right, lie number 2, it helps speed up recovery and helps build muscle. That's kind of misrepresentation of data that's available. L-leucine, L-isoleucine, L-valine, like I said before, they help spark muscle protein synthesis. They help you basically build muscle. They help you recover. However, like I said before, you can find quite a lot of amino acids in a whole diet, and timing for amino acids isn't quite as important as the market perceives or how the market likes to advertise. So taking in amino acids during or immediately post workout, or even going into a workout to have a stronger workout, recover faster, things like that, isn't really changing a whole lot. And if you're taking in enough amino acids throughout your day, you're gonna have enough flowing in your blood to maintain an anabolic state. The most important part of recovery usually comes down if you're just lifting weights, right? Trying to work on your health as well as maybe your aesthetic, your body composition. Carbs are more important in terms of timing than proteins are. You don't need immediate protein if you're taking in the right amount of protein throughout your day. So don't get me wrong, like L-leucine, L-isoleucine, and L-valine are necessary to spark muscle protein synthesis. But if you're taking them in throughout your diet, you've got enough to do the job. They are not going to help you recover faster. Your recovery routine is going to do that. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating enough food throughout your day to recover? Things like that, right? It's not going to come down to your amino profile. It's going to come down to a number of different things. And when you look at the data, the timing of L-leucine, L-isoleucine during or around your workout have very little, if nothing at all, to do with your results. So if someone's selling you BCAAs to take during a workout to maintain energy levels or something like that, and you're just going to lift weights, it's nothing. I promise you, it's nothing. It's not going to do anything. If you have that rounded diet, you're good. If you don't have that rounded diet and you're just drinking aminos, you can still argue that it's not doing a lot for you because the rest of your diet isn't structured for success. So one way or the other, taking amino acids during, after, before a workout to get the most out of your workout isn't going to work out. No pun intended. There is observation, like it's anecdotal data, seeing people, endurance athletes, being able to go a little bit further, a little bit longer because of taking in, they're taking in BCAAs. But that can come down to a number of factors, like how are they taking it in? Is it through an energy drink that has glucose in it? So it's also restoring their glucose storages. Or was it a hydration issue as well? They're taking BCAAs along with water. Like anecdotal data is hard to break down because you got multiple factors and it's just someone's observation. So when it comes to lifting weights and getting in shape, 30 to 45 minute workouts, working on body composition, and just getting healthier, you don't need BCAAs during a workout, and they're not going to change the results of your workout. What you want to focus on is getting a rounded diet and making sure those aminos are in your diet in the first place. And that brings us to line number 3, which kind of piggybacks off line number 2. It aids in the fat burning process. So if you're trying to burn weight, you're trying to lose fat, unfortunately, I heard this on the floor. I used this one a lot when I was first getting started. It's like amino acids, protein has a thermogenic effect. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. So if you drink this drink every single day, you're going to be burning fat faster than you can possibly comprehend. Things like that. And it sounds funny now, but I was taking it at face value when I first heard it. I was like, oh, that's dope. Like I can just start drinking this drink and start getting results. Protein has a thermogenic effect. There is a thermogenic effect of feeding that is higher with protein. I'll explain what that means. But BCAAs are not really going to contribute to that. So what a thermogenic effect of feeding means, like protein does have a fat burning effect, technically. And it's because it actually takes about 25 to 30% of the calories that you took in eating the protein to actually break the protein down. That's the thermogenic effect of feeding. So like for carbs and fats, it's like 10 to 12%. So protein, it takes more calories to break down a protein, and it actually has a thermogenic effect. And that's actually a really powerful tactic brought into diets where you're trying to burn fat and maintain muscle, is the thermogenic effect of feeding. It's something that's not really it's not really taken into consideration a whole lot, and it should be. Protein has a thermogenic effect of feeding. Drinking amino acids, protein that's already in a broken down state, not so much. Like it's not going to take 30% of the calories ingested to break down the amino acids you just drank. That's very quickly absorbed in the bloodstream. And there's really not a need to absorb amino acids that quickly when you have a rounded diet. I keep going back to the rounded diet because that's the most powerful thing that you can do for yourself is rounded diet. Once you round a diet, and what I mean by that is having appropriate amounts of protein, fat, and carbs from micronutrient dense foods, you're going to eliminate the needs for a lot of supplements. So that's what I mean by a rounded diet. But if you have a rounded diet, you're not going to need to ingest amino acids quickly for any situation. Like carbohydrates are a little bit different, and you would look at training modalities in that sense, like should I be taking fast carbohydrates? But for the most part, 99.9% of the time, fast digesting proteins aren't necessary. Like a rounded diet will give you what you need. I will preach that till the day I die. A rounded diet will give you what you need when it comes to most sports supplements. Now, the other side of that, like if someone was like, well, it's not going to burn that many calories taking in amino acids, what we would say on the floor, so this is like line number 3.b, I guess, is, well, yeah, but it also helps build muscle. And with muscle, you are increasing metabolism and you'll be burning fat. Okay, so that kind of saves the sale in the sense, but it is another bold-faced lie because of what we talked about before. It's not, taking in that supplement is not going to change your recovery. Your lifestyle is going to allow for recovery. And if you want to build muscle, you need to be in a caloric surplus, which means you're probably not going to be burning much weight. But once you build that muscle and then you start cutting down, losing the weight, it becomes easier. But that comes from a lifestyle established around building muscle and recovering well, which not always leads to burning fat. It's kind of having to take one for the other. And then once you build the muscle you want to build, then you turn around and lose fat. BCAAs will do nothing to change that. Those are the 3 lies that we use the most when selling BCAAs to our customers, and they're pretty much all bullshit. So if someone tries to sell you BCAAs, say no. If they ask why, send them this video. Thanks for sticking around for all this. If you guys are interested in rounding out the diet or what a rounded diet actually looks like, drop some questions in the comments. We'll make some more videos. We'll talk about this concept, but you can also find me on my Facebook page. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. Like, reach out there because I can answer your questions there, and I'm highly active. So let's get some answers to your questions right away that hopefully will prevent you from paying for supplements you don't need. Let's save the money that you're spending monthly on that guy, start investing it in some actual results. You guys have a great day. Thank you for sticking around.